after I came home from op shop duty, and I just got preoccupied with watching some really incredible YouTube videos, and then lying in bed and doing my crossword puzzles. I love doing crossword puzzles, and I was watching this whilst I was doing my crossword puzzles. I was watching some interesting, listening to some interesting YouTube articles, and one of them is one that I just posted on my community page. And she said this is a special message for someone. Her name's Andy. Special message for someone. She goes, I'm probably going to lose a lot of members because of this, but I'm going to post it anyways. I know it's stuff that a lot of you don't want to hear, but and she just proceeded with this most amazing article that um, was exactly what I needed to hear, because just not long before I started listening to these different YouTube articles tonight, I was thinking, uh, I've actually had a lot of people say to me, Nadina, you need to. There's certain people have been on my YouTube, like you can call it trolling or spamming or hacking, or not hacking. Hacking is not the right word. You can call it trolling. Anyway, they just deliberately everything they say is nasty. Like every comment is nasty. So basically, they've been saying to me for a long time. I've had people contacting me and saying, "You need to get these people off your YouTube channel. You do not deserve that to be there. It's of no service to you, and you're just giving them a platform to let their nastiness come out." And I said, no, 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 no. I'm doing it for a reason, because I'm letting them say what they need to say, and I screenshot everything, and I'm using that as evidence. So my whole purpose was I'll just keep videoing, not videoing, screenshotting everything as my backup plan, my backup proof of how dark these people are, how nasty, controlling, and evil these people are, in case I needed the evidence to protect my husband if it ever came to the point where I needed to prove to legal authorities or to anyone that he was, in the process of surviving narcissistic control and being very heavily abused. And I could say, well, this is the language of how they are. And it's not just the language of how they are on my YouTube channel, but it's the language of how they speak in emails and text messages as well, to to him about me, and to him even before me, but it was with different blah blah. We're not going down that topic right now. So I allowed it to play out, and it was boring, and there was times when I was like, this is really, like, it's laughable. Laugh every time I read it. I just laugh, because I think these people are so outrageously, so horrifyingly traumatized, and it's so obvious. It just jumps out and it stands out. It's clear as day, hypocritical, contradicting. And so basically, I let it go and I let it go and I let it go. And then 3 people today said, "When are you gonna really let it go? When are you gonna really let it go to the point where you don't even give them space on your platform, and you don't feel the need to even think about whether you should or shouldn't respond?" So basically, because of this amazing article with this lady saying this special message that she was getting for someone was like, don't do the Saviour Complex of thinking that if you keep being the nice one, you keep being there, and you keep letting the hugs happen, or not that the hugs are really happening, but you keep being a space for healing, you keep being a space for potential healing, you keep being that person that eventually can possibly let them heal. Don't be caught up in that energy that's actually going to happen. It's not. These people are only going to ever keep causing hurt and pain and damage, because they don't have the capacity. Like, they're not going to heal. They're just thinking, what can I get away with? What can I keep getting away with? Can I keep getting away with more and more and more? And in the meantime, even though I laugh at it, I think, ha ha ha, it's still yucky. It's still, it's ugly. It's just ugly. And it's been good to really realize just how ugly these people are, but I already knew that anyways. So I didn't need that to come into my space, my YouTube space. So I'm learning how to protect my YouTube space a bit more, and there's a lot more to do. There's a lot of different ways you can. There's lots of different processes. There's lots of different, you know, for, it's hard. I do everything on my phone, so I don't know if it's easier on a computer. But anyways, there's a lot for me to learn still with my YouTube channel, everyone. And I just want to say I'm really impressed that I'm upping my safety. Really impressed with that. I don't feel like I have to be a battering ram and at the end of a firing ranch, at the end of a firing squad, There's only two or three of them, mainly two. And yeah, it's just I'm so proud of myself. Because I kept going, oh Nadine, you're strong enough, you can handle it. Oh, maybe they'll get some learning. Maybe, you know, um, yeah, maybe some godly love. Maybe love will come in. Maybe they'll learn, help learn from me and become a bit, you know, maybe they will be able to heal, that sort of thing. But they're not coming to me as paid clients and paying me for my time. They're not honoring me for my wisdom. They're not respecting me. It's just outright slagging, attacking, and just nasty put down. So really, where was the learning? And a lot of sarcasm, and they weren't trying to learn. They were just trying to slag me out. They were trying to defame me on my own YouTube channel because of that. They're so heavily threatened that I'm doing this YouTube channel, and they're so antagonistic about what this whole YouTube channel is. And if I show emotion, oh, you're unrattled, you're falling apart. Yeah, I know. That's what I just said on my YouTube channel. Spot on for your observation skills. If I was like going, whoa, I've transcended this on this, on this, on this. You're always talking about you. How can you be happy when this and this and you've done this and this and this, rah, rah, rah. You say all about you and you're so blah, blah, blah. You just think you're so amazing, this and that, rah, rah. I'm going, I transcended something pretty bloody big. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself. Yeah, spot on again, the observation skills. And the really, really funny one was, you're always talking about your suffering. Oh, blah, 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 blah. I said, talking about the journey of healing, yeah. And there is sometimes suffering in there, but there's also always joy. So, but with these people, it didn't matter what I said. There was always like attack, attack, attack. And look, it was funny. And some of you have been reading their comments and speaking to me about it and going, it is just ridiculously self-obvious, this what's going on. Anyways, blah, 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 blah. See how it goes, right? Moving on. Moving on, folks, moving on. Oh, and that's what this lady Annie was saying. She goes, we're only doing it because with this Saviour Complex, it's something we only do when we've got too much spare time. So if we didn't have enough spare time, we were super busy, we just wouldn't give it time of day. So when people are really busy, they do not give these draining people any energy at all. So there you go. That was and I told Annie, I said, thank you. It's exactly what I needed to hear. I posted her little blurb onto my community page, and I've told her thank you, and I acted on it, and I created safety on my YouTube channel. Like right now, I've had a few people try to come on to watch me, and they've gone off really quickly. And I've got a feeling they've gone off quickly because they can see that they can't comment anymore. I've done this. They're hidden. Their views are their comments are hidden from my YouTube, but I can also block them completely, which is what I was trying to do, but I can't find that way. It's not as easy as I thought it'd be to block someone. Anyways, the point of the story is they came on and left very quickly, and they were going, darn, because they've been getting a real, like, they've been watching some of my some of my YouTubes last for 2 hours, and they've watched it from the beginning to the end, and it's been a bit unnerving for me, like knowing that they're there, but a part of me is going, nah, they're there. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, and some of it's going to get through, surely, I know. Um, and but a part of me was like, nah, they're just there to gloat, they're just, but then I'd block it out. But in all honesty, it didn't feel good. No, they're there from the beginning to the end, watching, like frantically watching, like, oh, in such a sickening way. I can just imagine the energy was, what we're going to say, what we're going to get onto, that type of real yucky energy. And yeah, I freed myself from that. So, anyone who's got a YouTube channel, Saviour Complex, we don't need to tolerate stuff that's not for us. My YouTube channel may or may not go somewhere big. My YouTube channel may or may not be healing more people than I realize. I'm not getting really that many comments. I'm not getting really that many likes. Uh, uh, so be it. I'm getting a lot of clear messages from God to keep it to keep on going. Somewhere along the line, it's been of some benefit to someone in this world, and there will come a time when the montage gets collated and all this recording of the different things that's happening in my life, because I was unable to write for a while, so it's one of the reasons why I was doing the verbal recordings. But God just said, get it out there, tell the world your story. And I thought, yeah, okay, I will. I will. And my story has involved a coven of dark narcs, a really hardcore coven of dark narcissists. It's terrifying. I didn't realize such evil existed. And they're the ones that have been really trying to thwart me. And they had never had a hope to thwart me. As in, it was just, read everything they say and I just laugh. It's just too ridiculous, but still, it still was impacting my mental well-being, because the nastiness was, not healthy for me to be in that energy. And I'm not saying I can't handle a realistic feedback comment, or when I know it's from a genuine punter, a genuine person out there that's got a genuine question, and they're not just out to try to take me down, I'm happy for positive, constructive feedback. I'm really happy to have those debates and to talk the day. I can handle pretty much any discussion, and I'm prepared to do it. So, would never shy away from, never would I shy away. I don't shy away from challenging conversations. There is a difference, though, between a healthy, challenging conversation and someone who's just outright attacking, and it didn't matter what you say or do, they would just continue to attack. And I'm learning a lot about narcissists. A narcissist is just someone that you just go no contact with. Really, it's just no contact, don't engage. So tonight, I think I'm going to sleep better, because you probably don't know this, because I've hidden all the comments from these particular people, and I think that's taken away. Every now and again I would comment. Most of the time I wouldn't, but every now and again I would. So I think it's taken my comments away as well. So what you would see is that, um if if I'd left it up there, was I responded yesterday in a really sort of funny, cute, but straight on way. And basically I went, "Oh, my most ardent students, yes, I will be your teacher. You've been there following from the beginning." And, I sort of did the, not sarcasm in a dark, mean way, but in a sort of a, "You're so focused on following me. Woohoo! Well done, you. Oh, here we go. You want me to be your teacher? Okay, let's bring it on." And then I said, da 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 da. I said, "I'll do a live. You can ask questions, rah rah rah." And I just like basically said, "Let's hit the white elephant in the room." Da 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 da. And I spent about 1 hour on one of the responses and about 30 minutes on the other one, or about 40 minutes. So I spent nearly 2 and a bit hours, or it was a long time, okay? It was from, maybe it was only 30 minutes and 40 minutes, but it was a really long time that I spent constructing the responses. And whilst I was doing the responses, I was sweating, because my nervous system was really on high alert, because I was like, well, I'm going out for war here. I'm actually battling them. I'm going head on. Anyway, those comments are now deleted. The comments that I responded to are deleted, and my responses are deleted or hidden. I don't know if that means I can bring them back in the future or what it means, but what I do know is that there's a sense of relief that I've taken it off my YouTube channel. And for a long time, I was thinking, oh, that's weak to take someone's comments out just because they're so slanderous and so obviously out for the attack and just so, ugh, just really yucky in every way. Like you can just, everything about's vomit material. So I felt like it was weak to let those conversations go. And then I was like in confusion, like, why is it weak? Why is it weak to let a yucky conversation go? Those people aren't doing a constructive conversation. They're not trying to add something for the healing and the benefit of my YouTube tribe. No, they're just out to attack me. So everyone, I think I might sleep better tonight because last night there was a part of me that was like, I've just really tackled war. I've taken on war here. What and is it really going to benefit? Are they really going to learn? Where's it really going to go? And then Andy's article was like, no, it won't go anywhere. It was just they'll just go, woohoo, yeehaw! And what more can we get away with? But I basically said, well, you can't get away with anything anymore. Here's the boundary. You can't even comment on my YouTube anymore. They've been denied access to comment on my YouTube. So that would be so furious about that. So, the next thing they might try to do is something else, like, try to report me or try to, and maybe, who knows? Narcissists, when they are feeling vengeful, they're pretty outrageous. Not a scorned narcissist is dangerous. And I've got two seriously dark narcissists out for my death. Like they want me gone. They actually want me gone. They want me unalivened, like really unalivened. And for a few different reasons. Like I did share this with you before. I'm 50% on the title of this property that I'm living in. So my husband and I are 50-50, and we signed the part that becomes 100% the other if one dies. There's no will at the moment. So both these dark narcs would actually would try to get control over my husband and to try to belittle him and demean him enough that he lost all sense of self-esteem and self-respect, and maybe even gave over power of attorney, all sorts of, they're that they attempt to be that controlling and that dark that once I'm off the title, then they think, well, good, now we can get out. Now we could, they are that mentality. So I've known for a long time that my actual life has been at risk with these people, but I've let that go because I have had too many friends say to me, Nadina, no way God will let them anywhere near you. I also got two big dogs who love me to pieces. So, I don't think my dogs would also either let these people get anywhere near me at night at home anyways. More so, I think I'm under the I know I'm under the full protection of God. I'm under full protection of God. So they have no jurisdiction over me. I'm under God. I'm under Jesus, covered under Jesus, protection of Jesus' blood. You see? So I've let a lot of that fear go. Yep, and then they came into my social media space and they keep trying to befriend me on Facebook with different names, and they keep changing their names on YouTube. I've blocked a couple of them already, and then this particular one person, this one woman, she keeps coming up with another YouTube channel and subscribing under that, and then I've tried to block that, and it's just a weird game, this YouTube channeling thing. So, anyways, everyone, they're not normal trolls, as in they're not strangers. I know exactly who they are. Um, Anyways, let's leave it at that. So, op shop duty today was amazing. Work with I've got a new boss and I've got a new job, and it's just best. It's landscaping gardening job, and my boss is really good. My mental health as you know from my YouTube yesterday, is improving. I've had a real transition, a real shift, a real letting go. I've got to a place of really letting go with my beautiful husband because it's his healing journey. But as what I said to you yesterday, I've decided that I am going to step up as Ezra. And also, I realized stepping up as Ezra is these people who are trying to bully me and attack me are the same people who are attempting to control my husband. So I'm freeing both of us from that energy. Move on. Just him and me. It's about him and me. So when he comes home, him and me together will be strong, and we together will be able to keep these people out. And these people, once he's home and once we're united, husband and wife, they'll have no more jurisdiction over my husband. They won't. They'll have no ability. No, they'll have no ability anymore to hurt him, or to try to dominate him, or to try to poison him. And he forevermore will never allow their narcissistic poison to interfere. He will never again, ever, ever, ever again, will he allow their influence to come between him and I. So it was a big, big lesson, hard lesson for him to learn, because he's been a scapegoat of the narcissistic abuse, growing up in that dynamic. So that's all he knows. So it's much harder for him to heal it than someone like me has just stumbled in upon a coven of narcissists. And that's something that I've really come to a realization that it's very difficult for someone who's a narcissistic scapegoat to step up and be strong with narcissists. And so I have compassion and forgiveness for my beautiful husband. So much compassion, forgiveness now. That's why so far it's been 7 months of no phone contact, very, very little contact, couple of text messages and one email earlier on, December, January, February, whatever. In the beginning, obviously, I sent quite a few texts, and they were all really lovely ones. But it didn't go anywhere. He wasn't responding. He was under direct directions, direct ruling to not contact me at all. And it's amazing. It's been an amazing 7 months, I must say, because the journey has been amazing, the different gamuts of feelings that I've gone through. And I really have got to the point of I realized why we needed so much time apart. Because for the true healing to really happen, I had to get to a place. I'm not proud to say this. I'm sorry, but I had to get to a place of actually hating him, of feeling like he was so weak and pathetic to choose them and that life over us. And I had all these friends helping me. I kept saying, I don't want to fall into resentment. I don't want to fall into hatred. So I had a lot of friends helping me stay out of that space. And then to come out of that space of resentment, one of the ways I came out of that was like collapsing into this absolute surrender of the deepest sorrow, some of the deepest pure sorrow I've ever felt. And it was the pure sorrow of the weakness of how he could be so weak. Like, what makes someone so weak that they would choose to give up their joy and their life and everything they love to succumb to a dynamic that they've always been trying to get away from, that they despise. How could someone be that weak? And to really get to that space of realizing, well, if I'm feeling like he's weak, if I'm feeling contempt for his patheticness, imagine what he's feeling for himself. So then I was able to get a real compassion for the shame he's been feeling, and the self-loathing he's feeling, and the sense of feeling like that he is like weak and pathetic. These words, they're very apt words, and he would be feeling them 700,000 times more than I feel them, because he's allowed himself to be controlled and dominated and go down a certain track and cause so much pain for him and me. And he's so tortured by not just the grief of the life that he's created for himself, but the grief and the pain and the trauma that he's created for the both of us and for me. He knows because he's been following my YouTube. I know he's been following my YouTube. And I know it breaks his heart seeing how much suffering I've been going through because of his inability to stand tall and stand by my side and cleave to wife and cleave to his dream, and that he had to succumb to being controlled. So, big lessons, hard lessons, everyone. And for me, as you know, I've shared my lessons. Wow, the lessons I've had these last 7 months, it's just been. And the recent one is that true blue, honest, authentic forgiveness. That real true blue, honest, authentic. I feel like I can say letting my resentments go, and feeling true forgiveness. I actually feel that my forgiveness is real. And I've been trying to work on forgiveness for months and months and months and months and months. And I just kept feeling this sense of inside. And I actually don't feel like it's there. I feel like it's gone. I feel like, I mean, a part of me is like, can I accept him back without any conversation about what's happened? Really, it's going to have to be, going to have a lot of friend support and a lot of God within us to really resolve it. It cannot be done as two humans. But no, I don't think we need to talk too much about too much of what actually went down. I think a lot of what happened, I don't know everyone yet about this. I don't feel like we need to make a big deal about everything that happened that created the trauma. I think we can let a lot of it just not be forgotten, but definitely forgiven and not necessarily needing to be unpacked. It's happened, it's done and dusted. But some of the stuff we will have to discuss, and one of them is contact with these dark narcs. How's he going to go about it in the future? And yeah, there's going to be a few boundaries that we're going to have to create, and a few health, what do you call it, we're going to have to come up, but we're going to do that with help, everyone. We're going to do that with godly, ordained, good, birth of origin and marriage counseling. I know these people who, I was working with them, so they'll be great. They focus on marriage counseling and also birth of origin trauma. And I'm also going to find out some other support services of, in fact, I might start doing that in preparation for my husband's return. And I do believe me, um, not allowing these dark nuts access to my YouTube forum, which is all about healing. I do believe me setting that parameter in place is a very powerful step for me in honoring my husband as Ezra, because by me allowing them access to my YouTubes just for them to slander and attack, how is that serving me and my husband? I mean, they are the reasons my husband and I are having troubles. They are the poison. They've been trying to break us up since we got engaged. Okay, they weren't worried about us being friends, but as soon as they knew we were getting married, nope, can't have that. So they've been doing everything to separate us since my husband took the brave plunge, the brave leap of faith to marry me. And yeah. And all of a sudden I became the villain, I'm the villain, you know. But before that I was not. I was just someone in their life, and it was an okay a relationship. It wasn't like the most cozy, it was the most lovey bubby ones, because they're not that type of people. But it was respectful, it was funny, we used to laugh. There was an element of friendship there, everything was fine to a degree. It was superficial, but it was fine. Everything was light-hearted, easy, chummy. And then all of a sudden it became outright evil, all because my husband chose to take that leap of faith and marry me, and they lost control of him. It's crazy, crazy, crazy stuff, isn't it? So I didn't realize what I was getting myself into. But I do understand that it's my husband and I had to go through this journey, and I know that we didn't start our marriage right, anyways, because we didn't have God in there enough. And when my husband comes back, God will be center point. So that's all fine and good, everyone. So yeah, just want to pass that on information on that I've created my YouTube to be safe again. And for any of you who have a YouTube channel, I urge you to, you don't need to be a savior, have a savior complex. It's not for us to heal those that don't want to heal themselves. We don't have to be battering ram for those that want to, for the narcissists out there, okay? We don't need to be doing that to ourselves. Look at my last attitude on not attitude article from Andy about the special message. That's the one that she thought she might lose memberships over. Well, she's not losing my membership, and she's actually helped me make my YouTube safe. So thanks, Andy, for your courage and your strength. And she may or may not hear this comment, but I thanked her on her YouTube. Okay, good night, my loves. Good night. We'll speak soon on the river, I guess. So maybe tomorrow, when I walk along the river, we'll see. Okay, good night, my darlings. Good night. And yeah, please, feel really welcome to start liking, subscribing more, sharing, commenting. Like, give my YouTube some energy, and let's start having some healthy conversations. Let's start making this space more active. I'm really excited. I'm not giving up on this YouTube channel. There's plenty of times I wanted to. I can tell you right now, there's plenty of times that I wanted to. And part of it was because I was letting some people sabotage it. But I just want to keep growing in a beautiful way, a really organic way that helps everyone out. Okay. Mwah. Good night, my loves. Good night. Thank you.